So apparently a new migrant gang has absolutely sprouted in Colorado. Guys, let's go ahead and jump into this video immediately. This is a suggestion via a channel member. Let's check it out.
Meanwhile, back here at home, Ainsley?
Yeah, so Tren de Aragua, we've talked about them. They really were on the map because of all the immigration problems through Joe Biden. And we've talked a lot over the last year about that apartment complex in Aurora. And it looks like, according to police records, they are back. This is some video of 9 suspected Tren de Aragua gang members that just unleashed chaos in Colorado. It's chilling doorbell video because they were knocking on neighbors' doors, apartment complex doors again, and
I see an AR pistol.
No telling what they would have done if people had opened their doors. The police chief there, he said they weren't bringing coffee cakes, they weren't bringing welcoming trays, they brought guns. Listen.
And they're just straight flagging the door too, guys. What's going on here?
Based upon everything that I stated here, based upon the involvement, the actions, the behaviors, the demeanor, there is without question gang involvement in this.
Oh yeah, it's obvious.
And again, we are going to hold those individuals accountable.
So will we see protests here? Like, are y'all gonna block ICE and the federal agents that want to arrest these bad guys? Are y'all gonna link arms with them when they try to take them into custody? They are on the wrong side of this. And Brian, it just reminds me of that major moment when J.D. Vance is on ABC and he was told it was just a few apartment complexes.
President Trump was actually in Aurora, Colorado, talking to people on the ground. And what we're hearing, of course, Martha, is that people are terrified by what has happened with some of these Venezuelan gangs.
Senator Vance, I'm going to stop you because I know exactly what happened.
Martha.
I'm going to stop you.
Yeah?
The incidents were limited to a handful of apartment complexes, and the mayor said our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns. A handful of problems.
Okay. I mean, to be honest, on the grand scheme of things, it is just a literal handful. Not every single migrant that has come in through our southern border is going to commit some type of secondary or tertiary offense. That's just the reality of the situation here. It is a very, very, very small minority of individuals that are going to engage in something like this, guys. Probably less than 2%. All right. But the point is that they then become the mascot, let's say. That small minority becomes the mascot for all of the individuals. And I think that's kind of what she's saying right here. Like, hey, listen, bro, this is a small minority. But either way, let's continue.
Apartment complexes, and the mayor said our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns. A handful of problems.
Only, Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs, and Donald Trump is the problem and not Kamala Harris's open border. Americans are so fed up with what's going on, and they have every right to be. And I really find this exchange,
because it shouldn't happen in the
sort
first
of
place.
interesting, because you seem to be more focused with nitpicking everything that Donald Trump has said, rather than acknowledging that apartment complexes in the United States of America are being taken over by violent gangs.
Okay, let's just end that with they did not invade or take over the city, as Donald Trump said. I want to move on to
just a few apartment complexes, no big deal.
A few apartment complexes.
That was nice.
That the mayor did not seem was invading the entire city.
I want to move on to what she does.
The T-shirt
is that ABC?
Can you listen? Do you listen to yourself? Right. You listen to yourself. This is so unbelievable. Number one, if the mayor doesn't have a problem with that, he should resign immediately. Right. And the governor to deny and think that Donald Trump's the problem, you have no business in that position, Governor Polis. And now that they're back, TDA, this is what the president's already made clear when he said in L.A., you can't control those riots. I'm sending in, and by the way, he's posting. Now he says, you have a problem in Chicago? I'm going to send there. Now, Mr. President, if he's watching right now, you still got the same problem, but now you're president.
Yeah, and imagine,
so if this mayor and these police people won't take it, that you send the National Guard in right there.
Imagine living in this building. Police, since just last August, have responded to 44 calls for service at that complex related to 12 separate incidents, including threats that were made to the tenants, shots being fired, and squatting.
So y'all remember the last time Tom Homan went there? He went there with 200 federal agents, and the activists on the ground tipped the gangsters off, and they evaded arrest. So they got to go back in, and no one should know they're going in.
The Aurora City Council member said this, gosh, once again, if someone would have just listened to me, it's not an isolated incident, not just poor friendly migrants that I was picking on, certainly not a feature of my imagination. No, sir, you did the right thing, and now we have the right president to handle it. I'm Steve Duke.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I can't imagine, like, I just cannot imagine like living in a place, like specifically paying rent for a place where that even is like a possibility. Okay, like imagine that for a second, guys. Like, and then your local government is basically trying to downplay the fact that it is just basically a handful of places. The problem is that it. And think about the people that are living there and paying their rent and going about their days, taking care of their family, etc. Right? Think about those people. The fact that it is a handful of places, it is in fact a handful of places, but that doesn't really change the fact that these things are happening. Okay, it doesn't. I'm trying to see how the facts are changed here. Like, I still would not want to be there. I wouldn't want any of you guys being there, guys. Right? So the fact that Donald Trump is in office and he actually has the capability and actually has the drive, let's say, to kind of do something about the criminal element, at least, that's a great thing. Because Kamala Harris, ABC basically pushed Kamala Harris. So if you understood that, you'll understand why immediately they have the same overall ideology as Kamala Harris, let's say, right? Because who says things like that? Like, I understand. Like, I understand the statistics, guys. I get that. It is absolutely a minority of the individuals that are coming that are going to commit these type of things here ever in their life. All right. Absolutely. Factual. Okay. I get that. But the fact that that small, like, minute element is actually causing so much havoc sometimes, guys. Yeah. Like, you can't be surprised when like Fox News specifically, we know Fox News, News Nation, kind of any right-leaning media, they're going to jump on that and put that to the forefront. That's just the reality of the scenario because it kind of proves their point, right? It shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't happen. Like, you've come into the United States of America in a very illicit manner, let's say, and then you come here to commit crimes, guys. And I mean, like, terrorizing an entire apartment complex, guys. And to be honest, I thought it was the same place because they kind of look very similar. I'm just gonna be honest here. I'd probably like the address or something, potentially. That'll probably help me out, help my mind out at least, verifying that this is not the same place. I do see that some of the stairs are different and things like that, but ICE needs to be there immediately. Sorry, guys. And anyone that basically stands up for that specific thing or protests for that type of thing, guys, they're not really looking out for the benefit of the entire nation. They're just looking out for their own specific ideology and echo chamber, and that's absolutely pitiful, bro. Honest, right? But all right, listen, guys, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. All right?